Welcome to Secrets of the Stars, where we explore the ancient knowledge of astrology, decode your unique blueprint, and unveil how the wisdom of the sky contributes to your life. I'm your host, Abby Lutis, astrologer, mentor, and sky guide. It's time to embark on a cosmic adventure of self-discovery and understanding why you are the way you are. Let's dive in. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Secrets of the Stars. I'm so excited to be back in here with June's astrology. And I'm going to get into June's astrology in a minute, but I actually feel like I underestimated the energy of May, and there has been a lot going on with all the planets that were shifting into Aries. We've got a lot of Gemini energy happening. But first, I want to give you a bit of a recap of what I have been up to. Things in my world have been pretty full on. Winter has well and truly hit here in Perth. Over the last week, we definitely have seen the colder weather roll in. It really felt like it's been summer here for so long, and then we just had this switch. And over on Rottnest, I travel over on the ferry. So the seas have been getting much rougher, the wind has been picking up, but it's actually a nice change. So I'm really enjoying it. Now, you might remember back in May's episode, I was settling into a new space that I was renting. Well, as you can probably see, if you had followed along with my background, I'm actually not renting anymore. I am back house sitting. I had some challenges that were in my rental, and I really have enjoyed coming back to house sitting, and I really just think that this is for my highest and best alignment. So I have got house sits lined up to pretty much mid-September now. So I'm really excited for those to unfold. Now I am heading off to some markets tomorrow. I haven't done markets since March, so I'm really excited to be popping into some markets, to be doing some readings. I've got some new offers and some exciting things. So that's happening tomorrow. I've got lots of exciting things in the pipeline, working on some new projects. You might have seen my natal chart offers, which are available for instant download. I'll link them all in the show notes. They're only $47 for a 35-page report that covers your natal chart, all the planet placements and their houses. I give you the great rundown on everything. I've also been doing some interviews. I've been conducting an interview project where I'm working and gaining understanding from women who I've been working with, women who are interested in astrology but feel like there's more to life. And as a flow-on effect from that, I'm going to be planning a workshop very soon from all the themes and things that I uncovered whilst I've been doing this interview project. My books are also open for coaching and mentorship. Now I do astrology-based coaching. So I use your natal chart. I look at the transit. Then we look at the goals that you're trying to accomplish. And we really apply thought work and mindset techniques and principles to help move you to where you need to go. So it's a beautiful combination of understanding your astrology, but also using your mindset to shift you from that place where you are into that place where you'd rather be. And if you're interested in learning astrology, you can come and do some mentorship with me. I have 3 and 6 month packages where you can learn all about astrology and how to apply it for your life. Now, I want to give you an update for my solar eclipse tour, which is going to be happening in August 2026 in Iceland. I have everything set. The itinerary is set and planned and ready to go, but we're just waiting on the accommodation providers in Iceland to open up their books so that we can book accommodation for the nights either side of the eclipse. Once that is in place, we will be able to hit the button, the go button, and start taking bookings for that tour. So if that's something you're interested in, pop your name on the list in my show notes and we can get all the information to you as it unfolds. Now, I'm recording this. It is actually Saturday, the 31st of May. It's 8:30 at night. I have some newfound energy. Today has been hectic. This last few weeks have been hectic, but I'm still going, and we're recording this podcast under a beautiful waxing crescent moon in Leo. And this is really this building of this beautiful energy. I love Leo season, Leo energy. I am a Leo, if you can't tell from my hair. So that is the energy of the moment. And yesterday we had a Mercury Cazimi, which can make things, you can find a lot of clarity under Mercury Cazimi when Mercury is in the heart of the sun. So that's where we are. I want to jump into have a look at how June is kicking off. I'm saying this month is all about rewriting your story and reclaiming your power. There are some really beautiful transits that are occurring in the month of June, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm just going to show you how everything starts off here on the 1st of June. So we have all these energies in Aries. So we've seen Neptune shift into Aries, Saturn shift into Aries, Venus is still in Aries, and Chiron is also here in Aries too. So there is a lot of this starting energy, this initiation energy. If you feel like, things have changed in a big way or change is coming in a big way, you're probably feeling this energy here. We also have a bunch of planets over here in Gemini. So we have the Sun in Gemini, Mercury, and Jupiter all here in Gemini. And so this can make things feel fast. And I am reflecting over the last few weeks when all these planets have been in Gemini, and I'm really feeling the pace of life pick up. And so you might be feeling that as well. We have Pluto over here in Aquarius and a little bit of Leo energy. You can see Uranus here at the very final degrees of Taurus, shaking things up. That's going to be moving into Gemini in the month of July. But we're talking about June here. So this is how June starts off. So let's get into the astrology of June because there is lots to cover. We start off in the first week on Monday, the 2nd of June, we see Venus making conjunction to Chiron. So this could bring up wounds that need to be healed, cycles that need to be healed, especially around the feminine, around values, around money, around pleasures. Chiron is the wounded healer, so this can represent the cycles that come up that often repeat and that we need to break so that we can learn them for ourselves and so that we can potentially go on to teach them to other people in our lives or be the teacher of what is coming up with Chiron in our charts. So making a conjunction here to Venus, there could be something around those Venusian themes. It could be around beauty, love, relationships. These are all themes of Venus. Then on Thursday, we see a really beautiful transit with Venus making a sextile to Jupiter. So this is a day which could really feel fun and light and playful. And this is a really beneficial transit. So it's a great day to spend with loved ones, perhaps go on a date. It's the perfect energy for that. Go and play and be creative and feel abundant, feel expansive and joyful with those that you love. It's a good day for money matters. If there's something that you're working on with regards to money, it's a good day for luck, for growth, expansion. It's just a really joyful day. So open your heart to receive the things that you truly desire. Now, then on Friday, we see Mercury making a sextile to Mars. So this is really fast energy. It can be really cutting energy. It is actually a positive transit. So if there's conversations that you need to have, they might happen really swiftly. Conversations where perhaps you need to gain momentum, you need to feel motivated, maybe even cut certain things out of your life. this transit is really beneficial and positive for that. We're also seeing Venus move into Taurus on the 6th, which is such an exciting transit for Venus. I'm looking forward to this one. The beautiful Venus actually rules Taurus. So this is going to bring about grounded, sensual energy. It's her home sign. She rules Taurus. So the divine feminine is going to be coming out in its fullest expression, bringing love, pleasure, attention to our values, attention to money, and especially look to the Taurian areas of your chart. This is where Venus is going to be lighting up your world. It's truly going to be a beautiful, sweet transit where we can feel softer in our feminine energy. So do things that are going to feed your soul, things that you love, connect with people that you love, and spend time in those relationships when Venus takes her tour through Taurus from the 6th of June. Then on Saturday, the 7th, we see Mercury make a sextile to Chiron. Here, Chiron's coming up again. It's that using the mind or the mental energy or the thoughts or insights and understanding with a little bit of effort, you might be able to make some progress on a wound or a cycle or something that you are trying to break through. Then we move into the second week of June, and there's some really powerful energy to start this week off on Monday, the 9th. There's a number of things happening. The first is that we see Mercury make a conjunction to Jupiter. So this is about communication flowing with ease and expansion. Maybe there's beautiful opportunities that come in through conversations. You might receive a message or an email with good news. It might bring abundance. It's a great time to take action towards these as well. And also Mercury represents technology, short-term travel. So there might be things that are expanding or growing in your world when it comes to, you might be going on a little trip, a little getaway, or you might just simply find it a great day to run errands, things flow, there's opportunities that arise. And then after this conjunction, Mercury will move into Cancer. Mercury is moving fast, and it is going to change the conversation a little bit. It's going to bring in a bit more emotion. It's going to bring in a bit more connectedness, a lot more intuition being in Cancer. You want to take care not to get defensive when you're communicating, as well as with yourself in your mind. And, Cancer is the crab, right? It's got a hard shell and a soft interior. So it can kind of be this, it can be this hard exterior, yet inside is that vulnerable piece. And so when we're working with our mind, our words, our communications, just remember, it's okay to be vulnerable in certain situations. Then Mercury squares Saturn on the 9th, on Monday. So this is very interesting because we have this energy with Jupiter where it's feeling expansive, but Saturn is also constricting energy. So it's kind of like this expand, contract. It's like maybe there is something that you want to speak about, that you're thinking about, that you are wanting to expand and grow, but you're just feeling contained in this energy. That might be how the energy feels of the day. Then on Tuesday, Venus makes a square to Pluto. This is on the 10th. Again, another astrologically charged day. There's a lot going on here. So Venus makes this square to Pluto, and you might find that this is a bit of a tense energy. Venus is asking us to look at what we value, and Pluto is asking us to look at what we're transforming. So what do we need? Maybe we need to look at our values and see how they can, we can step into them, we can transform, transmute, or even just unveil what they are so that we can step into the highest version of ourselves. It might not feel easy with this square. Squares bring tension. So after that, Jupiter enters Cancer. And this is perhaps one of the biggest news stories of June when it comes to astrology. I'm so excited to see this transit unfold. So Jupiter in Cancer is exalted, and this means its energies are really highlighted, its qualities are really highlighted. It likes to be in Cancer. It does well here in Cancer. So you could expect expansion of emotional wisdom during this transit. This is a 12-month, 11 to 12-month transit. So we're going to get used to this energy. There's opportunity to amplify emotional intelligence, to amplify intuition, to foster growth, to have beautiful, nurturing conversations in your home space. This is a real invitation to dive deeper into self care and to enhance our emotional fulfillment in our lives and really create a true sense of belonging in our lives, especially in our lives, our lives at home, and where we nurture ourselves. So I'm really excited to see how this transit plays out. Of course, you can look to where Cancer rules in your chart to see exactly where that's going to unfold. On the 10th, Mercury also squares Neptune. So, this could be an energy where things might not feel exactly clear. And especially with this energy of Jupiter changing, we've been used to Jupiter in Gemini. And then adding Mercury squaring Neptune to this, there could be things might not be as they seem. It could be, or I would suggest it's a day not to believe everything you hear. Communications might be deceiving. They might lead you down a path you don't want to be on. You really want to try to clear your mind. And to do that, you might engage in creative pursuits or things that require your imagination, arts or crafts or music, or even Neptune rules the ocean. So it's good to be near the ocean. You might find more clarity. And the other thing that happens on the 10th is Mars makes a trine to Chiron. So you can see this energy kind of early mid month is, there is a lot going on. So you might feel all these energies are connecting with Chiron. So there might be a wound that is coming up. But today's a day where you can actually potentially move it forward. What is the cycle that you're breaking? Perhaps it's a new thought program that you're embedding in your mindset. It's a great day also to move your body. Mars is responsible for our physical energy. So this is going to help with whatever it is that the cycle that you're working through. Then on Wednesday, we have our beautiful full moon in Sagittarius, and I want to pull up the chart of this Sagittarius new moon because it's really interesting. So just let me grab this. I have it pre-prepared here. Sagittarius full moon. And I want to show you what is happening here. So here is the chart of this Sagittarius new moon. So you can see the moon here is in Sagittarius, 20 degrees, and the sun is over there in Gemini. So these energies opposing one another is when we get our full moon. So now Sagittarius full moon, it can maybe feel like a party. And this one, it could feel like it's being enhanced because we have, Jupiter is very close by. But Sagittarius is just such a fun, loving sign. So it's about celebrating the fullness and the grandness of life. There is a lot of mental energy and conversational energy tied into this moon because the ruler of this moon is Jupiter. Okay, so the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter, which is why so the reason I'm saying that conversations are tied into this is because Jupiter and Mercury are still very much in a conjunction here. They're very close to each other. So this energy is really tying into this moon. So you might feel like it's a good time to go out and share your thoughts and to share your ideas, to get deeper wisdom, to deeper connect with your intuition. It's a great time if you're needing to expand and step into a larger, more grandiose version of yourself. So you're being asked to push through a barrier into that next version of yourself, because the other thing that's happening here is that Jupiter's making this square to Saturn. And this has been unfolding since August in 2024. It's this push-pull energy, this expand, contract. Like you might feel like you can't expand, you can't grow, you're being restricted, you're trying to step out, but you're feeling a little bit contained. This is the last time we see this energy, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as it happens exactly in week 3. But this moon is all tied into that, so know that it could feel a little bit tricky, but ultimately the energy is going to be clearing here. So then, after this Sagittarius full moon on the 11th, we see Mercury making a sextile to Venus. And this is an energy where you might expect a sense of ease and flow when it comes to relationships and conversations. You might feel there is a deeper connection to love, to beauty, to art, to aesthetics, and even just having beautiful conversations. This transit can also, make you want to speak beautiful things. So whether that's through singing, poetry, it's such a beautiful transit. So you want to take care to avoid conflict or be over accommodating in order to maintain peace. But this is more a positive transit. So I think it's going to feel more in flow and more graceful than the challenging side of these energies together. Then on Sunday, we have some tricky energy to navigate. We see Mars making a square to Uranus. And this is a day where energy can come about in unexplained accidents, in injury, or things just pop up, whether it's through anger, through combativeness, competition that we didn't really see. So you want to be careful with your physical energy, especially if you are undertaking physical exercise. Just really watch what is going on. Have your senses up on high alert. So it is a good day to burn energy, but you want to know when to stop, know when to rest, and not be pushing yourself too far because, whilst there could be anger and frustration underneath all of this with the Mars energy, by moving our bodies, we're processing emotion, processing things that are going to come up. So move gently. This energy is going to pass, and know that it could be a little bit surprising. It could bring things up out of the blue. Then we head into week 3 and we see on Monday, the 16th, Jupiter make a square to Saturn. Now, I've been talking about this energy since August because this transit has been exact. This will be the 3rd time. And as I mentioned when I was talking about the full moon, it can create friction. It can create a tense, expand, contract energy. And this tense energy is linked back to the conjunction that this pair had back in 2019. It's part of a larger 30-year cycle. So your inner guidance has answers to help you move into a more self-empowered place and take ownership on your path forward. So you want to really try and connect into that. This square here is the last of 3 squares that has happened in this cycle. So you can look back to August and late December to see if there's any themes coming up because this energy was also around during that time. Firstly, we had Saturn retrograde, then we had Jupiter retrograde, and now they're both meeting again. And this time they're both in different signs. So it might have a little bit of a different flavor. But what's exciting is that this is the last of this, this energy where you might feel like you're wanting to grow, but you're maybe even being held in or contained in some way. So, where are you trying to maybe step over those boundaries? Know this energy is going to pass and allow you to step boldly into the next version of yourself. Then on Tuesday, the sun makes a sextile to Chiron. So again, this repeating pattern that might be coming up, it's going to be a great day for shining light on it to actually see what is going on in this situation, for things to become clearer. So you have to put in a little bit of effort with sextiles. So know that there is a spotlight on this on Tuesday, the 17th. Mars is also entering Virgo on the 17th. So this is a time where you might bring more motivation and attention and energy to your health and wellness. All right. It's a great time to start taking action to improving this area of your life. And there's going to be motivation to jumpstart that area. So if you feel like you need to recommit to a workout regime, then this is the transit to do it. So you might fall into anger or frustration about this in the sort of shadow energies, but that's only going to cause you to potentially get on the negative side of this energy. You want to focus on the things that you can do and the motivation that you do have. So it's going to feel like things might start to happen. Maybe they're even going to happen faster than what you expected. You want to stay focused in the present moment, and you want to have an idea of what you're doing in your day-to-day life. Virgo energy really likes to be organized. It really likes to have lists and checks things off. The thing with Virgo is that it can be extra critical. So you just want to take care that you're not deep diving into that internal criticism in your mind with this energy. Then on Thursday, the 19th, Jupiter makes a square to Neptune, and this transit might feel difficult as well. The squares always can challenge us. It could also just feel confusing. So things might feel tense if you've been trying to deepen into a creative or spiritual practice or expand and grow yourself personally. There could be areas where you get a little bit stuck with this energy. You might feel that there's things are unclear or there's blurred boundaries. You might know what your dreams are and the things that you are wanting to reach, but they feel like too difficult to get there, too hard to expand into with this transit. So take care during this transit. If you have an addictive personality, this energy could be exacerbated through this transit. On Saturday, the 21st, we see Cancer season. The sun shifts into Cancer, a wonderful time of year to really focus on yourself and those around you, your family, your home life, and those who you care about. This is a time where you might feel an extra boost of loving kindness towards yourself, towards your loved ones. It's a great time for connection with your intuition and your inner guidance. Cancer is the energy of it's cardinal water. Water is emotions, and cardinal is the starting energy. So it's a real gentle, emotional start. You might see things kick off during this season. It's also the solstice, and depending on which hemisphere you're in, the Cancer season beginning represents the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere and the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. And so there's lots of symbolism around that as well. In the southern hemisphere, when it's the winter solstice, we're at peak darkness. So we're going to start to see the light extend and expand in our days, but it is a time of darkness. It could be a time where you feel like you want to turn within. Now, the crab, Cancer, the crab is it's an animal that goes on in the sea and on land. And so it has this hard exterior and a soft interior. So you might see that show up in its challenging energy. Cancer can be defensive, but it does have this beautiful, soft, vulnerable side. So, if things feel like they're coming off defensive, know that's okay to lean back and lean into that vulnerable side and share softness with those in your life. It's only going to benefit everyone. Then on Sunday of the third week, Sunday the 22nd of June, we see Mars make a sextile to Jupiter. Now, this is an energy around physical energy as well. With a little bit of effort, you might feel like those plans that you put in place as Mars shifted into Virgo can really take wind here. They can really gain momentum. It's a great day to feel expansive. You're going to want to move this energy. So, moving your body, get outside, express yourself, start projects. But you do have to put in that little bit of effort to get started. It's not just going to flow with the ease of, say, a trine energy would. But if you do put in that effort, you will gain momentum. You will feel motivated towards your goals. So enjoy that beautiful transit. Then we move into week 4, and on the 23rd, we actually see the Sun squaring Saturn and Neptune. Saturn and Neptune are actually getting so close to a conjunction. They're not actually becoming exactly conjunct this year because we'll see the retrograde start happening and they'll start separating, but the energy will be here. And so when Saturn and Neptune make this conjunction, we're going to see that peak energy next year. But this is why we're sort of seeing the Sun square Saturn and Neptune on the same day, Monday, the 23rd. So this is an energy of push and pull between discipline and potentially creativity or escapism, between what you know and what you need to do. And you might even feel like you are going to avoid certain things. So with the Sun squaring both Saturn and Neptune, tension could be high, but so is the potential for growth. So Saturn challenges you to build something solid, to build a foundation and show up even when things are hard. And this energy builds self-respect through consistent effort. You know, when we keep commitments to ourselves, we trust ourselves even more. But Neptune can cloud that focus, or it can leave you feeling emotionally stretched. So this might feel challenging. Take time out if you need to, engage in creative activities, ignite that inner child and the creative things that they like to do. But don't completely check out. You want to try and find the balance of your dreams with grounded action. And progress comes from effort, not from ease. You know, they always say that that diamonds are created under pressure. Then on Tuesday, Mercury makes a square to Chiron. So try not to ignore any niggles or nudges to look at those things that you've been healing. You know, Chiron is really featuring this month with planets making squares and aspects and angles to it. So this one, it might just be a battle in your mind. You want to address any wounds from the past, even if they're not feeling, if they're not feeling easy to do that. That's going to make you feel a lot freer and more in alignment with your higher self. Journaling about what's coming up is a great way to do this, what's challenging you, where you're feeling fear. And this can just help you release these troubles from your mind. Pushing this energy down will only make it fester for longer. Then on Wednesday, the 26th, we see the Sun make a conjunction to Jupiter. And this is such a powerful and fortunate transit, such a beautiful day. It's going to bring a huge burst of energy, a huge burst of enthusiasm, and a feeling of confidence and optimism. You might feel lucky, like anything is possible. It's a good day to take risk, to explore new ideas, new opportunities, simply expand your horizons. It's a great day to travel or even plan a trip, right? Jupiter wants us to expand our horizons and go out and see the world. It's a great day to start projects, take on new challenges, and even begin relationships. So you might be naturally drawn to people and situations that are going to help you grow and expand. Then we see the next transit is the Cancer new moon, and I'm really excited for this Cancer new moon, and I want to show you this on the chart because it is a very, a very beautiful moon. I'm really excited to see what comes in with this Cancer new moon. All right, you can see the sun and the moon here conjunct at 4 degrees in Cancer. We also have Jupiter pretty much in this conjunction as well at 3 degrees in Cancer. So Jupiter is expanding the qualities of this new moon. So this is a very supportive new moon for the year. I think it's going to, because Jupiter has freshly moved into Cancer. The moon is at home in Cancer, so it could be particularly emotional, but the moon is in its strength. Think of this as a new beginning or something that you want to manifest in your life, and it might even be around the emotional piece. Even the intuition is very, very strong in this moon. So, as I mentioned, this energy is being enhanced by Jupiter. Now, this moon could bring up a challenge when it comes to stepping into your dreams or owning your worth, simply because we sort of are still seeing this square energy to Saturn. So we saw that at the full moon in Sagittarius, but now they're kind of getting a little bit of space. You see Saturn here at 1 degrees, Jupiter here at 3 degrees. So this energy is going to dissipate. So keep pushing if you're working through that expand and contract energy. Call in the nurturing energy and drop into your feelings so you can process things emotionally through your body by moving, by shaking, whatever it is, to move that energy through. But ultimately, this is a really supportive new moon, probably one of the most supportive new moons of this year. I'm really excited to see how this new moon in Cancer plays out. Then after that new moon in Cancer on Thursday, the 26th, we see Mercury sextiling Uranus. This is a day where it might be easy to own those unique qualities that you have with a little effort. Grand ideas might drop in. You might feel inspired. To just be yourself, step into your rebellious, unique energy. Uranus energy is dynamic, it's disruptive, and no matter how weird the messages are that are coming in, just roll with them. It's a day to embrace those quirky ideas, those crazy messages that are dropping in, even if they come out of the blue. On Friday, the 27th, the sun makes a sextile to Mars, and this is another harmonious transit with sextiles. You just need to put in a little bit of energy. So this is a day where physical energy might be in the limelight, and you have that ability to step into those things. So there's lots of energy helping you with your health and physical energy this month as well. So what goals and dreams what goals and dreams do you have, and how can you start taking action towards them, whether that's physically, whether that's in a business capacity or with a relationship? How can you move it forward? It's going to be supporting you today with this energy. It is going to require you to take a little bit of initiative. So feel confident and feel courageous and allow yourself to take risk and face the challenges on Friday the 27th. Mercury also shifts into Leo, and this is where we start to see the Leo energy start to come online. We have had Mars recently pass through Leo, and I know we've only really just ended Cancer season, but Mercury is moving fast and shifting into Leo. Leo season will be upon us very soon. So the energy and themes will shift into this warm-hearted energy, new conversations, bold, profound, like being able to speak your truth, and coming from the heart. That's what Leo does. It is able to take a heart-centered approach, a kind-hearted approach, and it has the ability to be bold. So your mind will be more than ready to be on show, to stand up and be seen. So bring loving kindness to everyone that crosses your path, and I dare say this will be quite easy with this beautiful transit. Then on Saturday, the 28th, we see Mercury make a trine to Saturn and Neptune. So remember, those planets are coming together. Now, this week brings that push-pull between discipline and escape that I talked about earlier in the episode, as we saw the sun connecting with this pair of planets that are coming very close together. So with the sun, with Mercury, well, the sun recently squared both Saturn and Neptune. That could make tension high, but this trine energy is going to bring a little bit of ease into that. It's going to make it a little bit easier to have the conversations, even if things are feeling confusing. So, step into what is feeling good with this energy. And if you feel like you need to speak, but maybe the words aren't coming out clearer, know that Saturn will be there helping you have that sort of structure to work within. Then on Sunday, as we get to the very end of the month, Mercury makes an opposition to Pluto. So this is on the 29th. This energy can feel fast. It can feel intense. It can feel very deep. It could bring up difficult conversations, maybe with things that have been hidden, things that you haven't seen in the past. So just watch your words. You might not really understand how they're landing today. You could have a tendency to speak before you think, and maybe not even think clearly about what you're saying. So if it feels like you're staring down the barrel of an issue, and that it's really on your mind, this is the energy. It could feel almost polarizing today as these two planets are at opposition. Try not to get lost in critical thoughts, especially in your mind and the way that you're treating yourself, because this will only really bring you down. Instead, try journaling what's on your mind. Getting it out on the page is always so much better. So I think that journaling, any mindset work, even if it's just talking things out, even if you're just talking to yourself, can help this energy and this transit become a lot easier. So there we have it. That is the energy of June. There is a lot going on in June, and a lot of exciting things, even a lot of things coming up around potential cycles that we're here to bust through, lots of expansion, lots of changing in our mind and movement and planets shifting. It could be a lot. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm really excited for this beautiful new moon in Cancer. And if you want to know where that is happening in your chart, you can just look to the area that Cancer is covered. Look to the house that Cancer is ruling. So there you have it. That is June's energy. That is June's astrology. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and that you found it insightful and you've learned something about the energies ahead. I'm wishing you a really beautiful June. If you're interested in booking a reading or coming in for some coaching, come and book a strategy session with me and we can talk about exactly what I do in this offer. You can grab a copy of your natal chart report. All the details can be found at my website, abbylutus.com, also over on my Instagram, Stars by Abby. And until next time, keep shining bright
and share it
Have a beautiful
with someone
June.
who you think would love it. Keep exploring the secrets of the stars. And remember, the universe has woven a unique story just for you. Until next time, keep shining bright.